Hi, I'm Alice and you're watching Alice Cooks Indian. Today I'm going to be making aloo puff. It's quite a cool autumn day here, so I'm looking for a warm treat. This one is a combination of European flavours with your puff pastry and Indian flavours with a spiced potato mash. And the result is a quick and easy, delicious snack. So let's get going. So hopefully you're interested to make this one with me. What you'll need is 5 pre-boiled potatoes, some puff pastry. I've bought mine from the shop. You don't need to make it yourself. I've got 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 cup of frozen peas, and 1 chopped onion. In terms of your spices, you will be needing some cumin seeds, turmeric, salt, coriander powder, red chilli powder, and Amchur powder, which is your dry mango powder. So you'll need to mash your potatoes. Don't worry about them being perfectly mashed. It's okay if there's a few potato chunks in there. And I've got 2 tablespoons of oil, which are heated on a medium flame. I'm going to start by adding 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds and just let this sizzle for 2 or 3 seconds. And then I can add my onion straight away. This is going to saute for about 2-3 minutes before I add my ginger garlic paste. So this has been going for about 2 minutes, and now I'm going to add my ginger garlic paste and saute for another minute or so. Make sure it's nicely combined, and you should start seeing the onion turn to a bit of a golden brown. So this has been cooking for 1 or 2 minutes, and now I'm going to be adding my peas. Just give this a rough stir, and then you can also add the potato. And just stir to combine. Then once your mixture is nicely combined, we can add the spices. So firstly I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric. Salt to taste, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. And half a teaspoon or 1 flat teaspoon, depending on your spice preference, of red chilli powder. And make sure this is well combined. Lovely. So we're just going to cook the spices, and then we'll be able to add the Amchur powder at the very end. So you can see that this is well combined, and all of the spices are nicely cooked and mixed in. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Amchur powder. Again, I'm going to combine. And at this stage, I can switch off my heat. Everything is nicely cooked. Make sure the Amchur powder is well mixed in. And now I'm going to put it in my serving dish. So we want this mash to cool down slightly before we put it in our puff pastry. So I'm just going to leave it in my serving dish here for a while before I put into the pastry. So my potato mixture has cooled down enough to start preparing the aloo puffs. I've prepared my baking tray with some greaseproof paper, and I'm going to preheat my oven on about 180 degrees fan. So now we can start making our puff pastries while the oven heats up. I'm going to cut off a portion of puff pastry. This makes quite a lot. I just want to make a few right now. Now you can make these any size you'd like. You can make really mini ones, they're really good as a snack, or you can even make slightly bigger ones as a lunch if you'd like to. So use some flour and roll out your pastry. Roll it out into a rough square, and I'll be making 4, so I'll just cut it into 4 afterwards. So I've rolled out my pastry. Make sure it's not too thick, make sure it's not too thin, and I'm going to cut it into 4 equal parts. So I can now put my potato mix on each of my pieces of pastry. So I'm putting it over one half, and also I'm leaving a border because I'll be using this border to bind the pastry together afterwards. So I've added my mash on each of my 4 pieces of pastry, and now I'm going to use a pastry brush to put some milk on the corners, and then I'm going to fold it over. The milk is going to help bind the pastry together, and we're also going to use a fork, press down the corners, make sure that it sticks together. And I'm just going to repeat this on the other 3. Right, so I have encased all of my 4 pieces of pastry together, and I'm just going to put them onto my tray. Now I also like to put some milk on the top, and this helps it become a bit browner when it's baking in the oven. So just roughly with a pastry brush, put some milk on all of the pastries. Wonderful. Well, we're ready to put it in the oven. And this is going to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. The weight is on. So my potato puffs are ready. I'm going to switch off my oven and take them out. So I can tell that they're nicely cooked, because they're brown and they're nicely crisp. Just listen to that. And if I just cut this open for you, you're going to see that they're steaming hot inside and the pastry is beautifully crisp. I just can't wait to eat these. They're going straight onto my plate. I like to eat it with ketchup, but you can eat it just like that or with the dip of your choice. So there you have it, Aloo Puff. If it goes well for you, let me know in the comments and give this video a like. It's a really nice, tasty treat. Subscribe to my channel for more authentic Indian recipes just like this one. Thanks, see you next time.